The world's noisy. There's tons of noise out there.
Hearing is a very big part of your life that you don't really think of, but when people don't have it, it changes everything.
More people live in urban areas and rural areas in the history of the planet. Urban areas are noisy, and with all the growth and development, unfortunately, the byproduct of noise is hearing loss.
I just knew about the profession. I didn't know what kind of studies it required. So I found Conestoga's program, and I found out how reputable it was.
Yeah, it's a good career. It's a great career. There's more jobs needed than people that graduate. It's a 2-year program, super quick. You learn so much in so little amount of time, but you feel so ready to go out and do into clinic.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, right? 42 weeks of curriculum, and then you're on a clinical placement for another 13-ish weeks, and then you're done. It's really fast. So many of our students will have secured a spot by the time that clinical placement is done. And you know, the students in the past have said, and you know, it's a Conestoga cliche, but what you do in here counts out there. It really does.
They set us up so perfectly. They make us master one thing, then the next week you're mastering one thing, you're putting it together. So the whole process, the whole clinic process is fully there for you. You learn everything, every step of the way, every material that you'll ever need to know for clinic. I don't think there's a single person in my class that wouldn't be fit for clinic tomorrow.
You're in school, in the lab, learning how to physically do new stuff every week you come in.
And it's not just like rules, 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 follow, follow, follow. Again, a lot of that because it is medical care, but a lot of it is more humanistic than I expected medical care to be.
I think one of the biggest advantages of our field, and a colleague of mine said this once, and I really value her statement, but we get to spend time. We develop these long-standing relationships, and you get to know their children and their grandchildren and their lives and kind of what makes them tick, and you also get to see what changes you make on their lives.
I just think it's so rewarding to have this ability to actually help people and like actually change their life.
It's giving them back the quality of life without having to deal with like blood and cutting things and surgeries.
Just ears, it's a little bit of earwax. It's not gonna hurt.
I knew I always wanted to work with older people and help people, so I thought it was a very good fit, and it's been able to just boost my confidence so much, which I didn't expect to happen.
Dr. Tibbetts used to say this, and I use this in my own life, but you know, if you just try to get a little bit better each day, at the end of it, you'll be a lot better.
They push you out of your comfort zone, but then you feel like you're more ready.
Because I think sometimes it's daunting to be like, I need to be here at this time, and I'm here. And so we're this far away, and it's like, well, if you take a sheet of paper and you just keep layering sheets of paper on top, eventually the stack gets pretty high.
I just feel very confident. You know, it's a lot of work, and it can be challenging, but it's doable. And the more I learn, the more confidence I get.
Like you learn things you didn't think you needed to know, but you've got your classmates and your prof every step of the way.
It's a small program, it's a very intimate setting, and you get to know your professors really well, you're very comfortable with them.
They're so fun, they're so nice, and they make you want to learn. They make you want to go to school.
I think we have great faculty. I think we have approachable faculty. I think we have faculty that are widely engaged in what's going on in the profession.
They've been there, they've done all the different paths, they've worked with so many people and help so many people, so they know the field.
I think we have a nice outlook for our students. And I think at the end of the day, we care. And I think, you know, it comes back to wanting to help people. We got into this profession wanting to help people, and the students coming in, I think, see that we want to help.
You can do so much with your diploma. You could work at a manufacturer, you could open your own clinic, you could work at a clinic. There's so much to do out there.
I would also like to go overseas at some point, so that's something else that is nice about the program because it's so practical. It can translate in other places in the world as well.
We've had students go to Nova Scotia, students go to New Brunswick, students go to BC, students go to Alberta for their clinical work placements. And a lot of them have stayed. There's opportunities around the region. There's tons of opportunities in the province of Ontario, but there is a ton of opportunities across Canada.
We take field trips to manufacturers every Monday, and you just get so many people just say, call me as soon as you graduate.
I mean, that baby boomer generation is going to be decades long, because it's not like you buy your first hearing aid at 60 and you're done. Like there's another 30 years past that, right? And so we're not even through it, right? At the entry point. So we've got decades I think, in terms of till this baby boomer thing has even been managed.
We have so many hearing aids and different brands of hearing aids that we can play with.
I think we have the best equipment. I mean, we have all wonderful top-notch stuff. So, you know, you test hearing on audiometers. We have PC-based audiometers. We have, you know, the GSI audiometers, acoustics equipment, which is top-rated equipment. We use the AudioScan Verifit system. We have tons of Verifit 2s, and it means nothing to someone coming in, but if you're in this industry, you know that that is premier.
Like booths behind me here, there's like 6 booths available, and they're all set up and they're ready for you.
You can definitely think in Canada, we're the only hearing healthcare program using simulation-based training, where we can actually design whatever script we want, hire the right people to act out the script, but they also have all the characteristics we need of a patient.
And it's just great to have literally anything you need available in the cabinet or in the lab.
At Conestoga College, we have an incredible healthcare offering of programs, but our program is so unique because it's such a person-centered, communication-forward, technologically savvy program, and it incorporates so many interesting facets in terms of there's business side to it, there's a massive healthcare side to it, there's a science and tech, and understand anatomy and physiology and the acoustics of how sound moves. It's just a really cool field, and it sits in a place where no one really thinks about it.
Being a specialist in a very specific area and being really good at a certain thing, and also I liked the idea of sort of a 9-to-5 job, but something that was still practical and still helping people.
I'm just so confident. I know what I'm doing. I'm able to help other people with stuff they don't understand. I've just been able to, my mom says I've changed like a whole different person.
There's such a friendly team-building spirit in the lab that is really reassuring to see that that is the field. Like, these people I'm in school with now are going to be colleagues.
You can have a wonderful career and you can have great work-life balance and make a good living. But at the end of the day, you walk away feeling like, yeah, I did all that and I got all this, but I help people.
What we do here is so much more meaningful and impactful than you can even write in words.
It's been a pleasure to get to work through the program with them.
Jobs are waiting for you. This is a great industry to get into.
It's a very engaging program, very hands-on.
You can take manufacturing, the business side, the marketing side.
The program description doesn't even touch the surface of what we do here.
It's a great course. There's many things you can do with it.
I mean, we'll see you in September.